Hey guys, what's going on? In today's video I'm going to be going over some of the top new features in iOS 8. So as most of you know, iOS 8 beta was just released to developers yesterday. If you still want to get your hands on this, go ahead and look at the first link in the description showing you how to get iOS 8 beta. Now while jumping into it, I'm just going to talk about some of the brief features that I'm not actually going to show because that would take too long, but one of them being the top one is Wi-Fi calling is now an option. So if you're in an area where you don't have any service or you just have very low volume service, you can now connect to Wi-Fi to complete those calls, which is awesome. Another great thing is it now has interaction with OS X, meaning you can now airdrop to your Mac or to and from your Mac with also the option of handoff, which also uses a very similar method as airdrop did. So now those files that you always had to connect your phone to your computer with or transfer via Wi-Fi sync, you can now transfer them through the air, through Wi-Fi with airdrop. Another feature as well is with the new OS X, you can now turn on a feature that will automatically tether your phone's network to the laptop so your laptop can use the network. You'll no longer have to either jailbreak and get a Tether Me app, or you'll never have to actually pay for a tether anymore or a hotspot. It'll automatically connect to your with your laptop. But now on to some of the better features. iMessage has gotten a huge update. So when you load up iMessage, you now see the camera is blue and there's also this new microphone button. Aside from being able to add new keyboards like swipe and other third-party keyboards that are now allowed on the iPhone, you can now send voice text messages. Now not just a voice memo, an actual voice text message. Let me show you how it works. It'll automatically start recording a voice message. If you'd like to send this, you just swipe up, or to delete it, swipe left. I'm going to go ahead and send this. Now I did just send it to myself, however, if I was sending it to someone else and they would like to hear it, I can just go ahead and click the button here.
Recording a voice message. If you'd like to send this, you just swipe up, or to delete it, swipe.
If you would like to reply, you can either put it up to your ear, or you can go ahead and click the button again and swipe up when you are finished sending your message. Another notable feature is now what the camera app has to offer inside of the messaging app. So go ahead and same process, you're going to go ahead and click the camera button. It'll automatically go to a selfie. You can either swipe right to record or up to snap a picture. I'm going to go ahead and just snap a picture. And as you can see, the picture's in there. Now let's say you wanted to take a video instead. We'll go ahead and swipe to the right and now we are video recording. Now after that message gets sent or you delete it, you can either click the up button here to send it or the right button to delete it. So we're going to go ahead and send it. And now once you play it, instead of opening a whole window, it now plays inside of the app, so you don't have to worry about closing in and Xing out of those windows. Now one of my favorite features is the new text message, how you can receive them and reply to them without actually being in the app. So I'm going to go ahead and send myself a text message, and then I'm going to lock the phone. Just for instance, you can also do this inside of an app. Now you can swipe to the left or right and then click either read it if you have read receipts on, or click reply, and you can reply right there without opening the app, which is pretty neat. Now in order to do that, you do have to have show preview on, so it will no longer just say iMessage or text messages. It will now have to show the full preview of the message in order to do that. If you like your messages being private, unfortunately you can't reply that way. Now an update did come to Notification Center as well. As you see, it's a little bit broader. You get a lot more features in here. It's like almost a wider angle of your current features. So I like it a lot better. It's definitely a lot more organized, and you can also add more stuff to it, which makes it a lot easier. So if you have a health app or stocks, whatever you want, you can add that all in there. Speaking of a health app, Apple just did release the health app that they've been talking about, or that's been rumored around for a while. There are now all sorts of different health type things in here you can go through. When you go to fitness, there's just lots of stuff, basically an unending list of stuff you can do if you connect your tracking device to this. It also has this thing called Medical ID, where you can provide any medical information you have. So that case, if someone's working out with you or something happens and you just drop to the floor faint or whatever, they can pull up your medical ID and see your conditions and also call your doctor. Another awesome feature in the multitasking window, when you go to close out these apps, you now see at the top there's a list of favorites. So the people that are on your favorites / recent list, you can go ahead and just click on their name. It'll give you the option to call, text, FaceTime, or video chat. Now the nice thing about this now is with FaceTime, there's also a call waiting feature. So if you're FaceTime somebody and somebody else FaceTimes you, instead of just not letting you see the FaceTime or just saying miss FaceTime, it'll now let you put the call on, answer it, or it'll show you that there is one waiting, just like call waiting if you were on the phone with somebody. Has your phone ever died really fast and you want to know why or what's taking up all the power? Well, now you can do that. If you go over to General and then Usage, you can now click the battery usage, and it'll tell you each app open and how much battery each one is using. So my Mail app is what I've used the most in the last 24 hours, and that's taken up 17% of my battery. But in the last 7 days, Facebook has taken up 16%, and so on and so forth with all the apps I've opened up. That's a really nice feature if you're really wondering why your battery's dying so fast. Now on to some really cool features. The camera app added a new video shooting mode called time-lapse. Now if you know what a time-lapse is, if you take a video of something, it's the opposite of slow motion. It's going to speed everything up really fast. So you could basically take an hour-long video and compress it really short. It'll basically make everything move really fast. It's a lot of fun if you want to take like a montage type video, but yeah, they're really cool. And since they made a new camera feature, they also had to make a new photo editing feature. If you go to Photos now, there are a couple new options you'll notice. So I'm going to go ahead and just click on a picture. Now if you want to go ahead and edit this, you'll notice at the bottom there is there's a heart at the bottom. So if you go ahead and click that, it'll add it to a favorites folder. So there's a picture you really like, you can go ahead and tap that and it will favorite it. Now also at the top right you can click edit, and if you click the little sun button down here, you'll notice there are a few new features. It says light, then there's a few new features you can change in here like the contrast and all that stuff. If you click the little arrow, you can go to color, and then there's also some more features, the contrast and the vibrancy in the color. So you can do a lot more editing of specific things with your photos, and it'll make them look a lot better. And Safari also got some cool updates. If you go to Safari and you're Google searching something, it'll now show up a Wikipedia page if you're searching. It'll try to find the right results. So we're going to go ahead and type Steve Jobs. And as you can see here, it pulls up a Wikipedia link, so I don't even have to finish the rest of my search. Now I can read the preview of it if that's everything I need to know. If not, I can just go ahead and click on it, and it will load up the Wikipedia link with Steve Jobs or the information that I'm looking for. Now another nice thing is too, if you get a Facebook notification, a Twitter notification, whatever it is, you can go ahead and swipe down like you would on the iMessage, and then you can either like or comment on it, which is pretty nice. So you don't have to actually open up the app, you can just reply right from there. Have you ever been in a really annoying group chat where people just don't stop talking? You can now mute it, and you can also change the name of the chats. Whenever someone makes an edit to it, it'll show you at the bottom here the edit and the time it was made. You can also do some really cool stuff. If you tap Details tab, you can see who's in there, and then you can also share your current location, send your current location, and then the nicest feature, Do Not Disturb. When you have that on, you will not get any of the notifications. You can still go in and see the messages, but you just won't get that constant dinging or vibrating on your phone. Now if you have a family and a lot of you guys use the same iTunes account like a lot of people do, Apple now added something really awesome. So if you have up to 6 people on the same credit card / iTunes account, you can all download the same stuff that the other person is downloading. So if one person bought a movie, all 6 of you guys can download that same exact movie with no extra charge. Pretty cool feature. It should have been added a long time ago. There are always ways for people to do that around the boat. Basically you could log into that account and download it, but now they actually made it safe and legal, so you can just go ahead and if you're logged in all under the same credit card and account, you can just go ahead and re-download that stuff, no hassle. Alright, and that's just a very quick overview of iOS 8. If you would like to get this and get these new changes on your phone, go ahead and look at the link in the description to get iOS 8 now. Thanks again for watching, guys. If you have any questions whatsoever, please feel free to leave them in the comments below or any of my social networking sites which are listed in the description below. Thanks a lot.